everyone, I'm Rafe from PluginIndia and welcome to a new episode of Charging Station Watch. For those of you who are new, this is a weekly series where we talk about electric vehicle charging infrastructure that is coming up all over the country in between major important cities and towns. These videos and their companion articles are like a reference for electric vehicle owners all over India. This episode of Charging Station Watch is brought to you by our friends at Zeon Charging. In this week's episode, we will talk about driving your electric car between Mumbai on the west coast and the hill station of Mahabaleshwar, which is a very popular weekend getaway for Mumbaikars. This guide is applicable for EV owners in Pune as well. There are two big uphill ghat drives that you will encounter when you are on the way to Mahabaleshwar from Mumbai. These are very interesting ghats, enjoyable, and especially in an EV, you're gonna have a lot of fun. The first one is the ghat you will encounter while reaching Lonavala. The second one is a biggie. This is the ghat at the bottom of Mahabaleshwar hill. Ghats generally drain electric car batteries fast, so be light on the pedal and try to drive efficiently. But there is no need to worry. We have multiple charge point operators who are operating fast chargers on this route. List of chargers on this route are as follows. In Mumbai city, you have lots of fast chargers installed by Tata Power. You can even fast charge at MG Motors showrooms which have Fortum 50 kilowatt fast chargers. At Navi Mumbai, you have a Tata Power at Nerul, which is 25 kilowatts, Charge Grid Turbhe 25 kilowatts, and on the expressway just after the Kalapul toll plaza at Sajgaon, there is a Charge Grid charger of 25 kilowatt capacity at the HPCL petrol pump. At Lonavala, you've got again Charge Grid at Lonavala with 50 kilowatts and static at Lonavala with 25 kilowatts. Finally, in Pune, you have a Tata Power. Multiple locations inside the city have 25 kilowatt chargers. There's Fortum at Wakad, which is a 50 kilowatt charger. There is Charge Grid in Pune, which is a 50 kilowatt charger. At Panchgini, you've got Tata Power with a 25 kilowatt, and at Mahabaleshwar also you've got Tata Power with a 25 kilowatt charger. Let's talk about the drive. Your electric car drive between Mumbai and Mahabaleshwar. This is a guide mainly for Tata Nexon EVs or Tigor EVs. If you have an MG ZS or a Kona or any other electric car with a much larger battery capacity, you can work around this guide, skip a stop and carry on. Also, this guide is created by consulting with real Nexon EV owners who have done this trip. So it's a reliable guide. Let's start. This starting part of our guide is similar to our Mumbai-Pune guide video. You start your drive from Mumbai with 100% SOC and start driving towards Navi Mumbai. Hit the Mumbai-Pune expressway, and once you cross the Kalapur toll plaza, you will encounter the ghats, and it is a constant uphill drive for 12 to 15 kilometers. The uphill ghat does take a toll on your battery charge, but your electric car should drive effortlessly. Take the exit at Lonavala and arrive at the Fern Hotel. This is where there is a 50 kilowatt charger and there is a static 25 kilowatt charger nearby at the Lonavala Wax Museum as a backup. We estimate that you will reach Lonavala at 40% SOC if you have a 100% charge from Mumbai in a Tata Nexon EV. We recommend you charge up to 95% here at Lonavala and not 100%, as the last 5% will charge at very slow speeds and take up 30 minutes or more of your time. Use the Magenta app and start charging at the Fern Hotel. If you are at the Lonavala Wax Museum, use the static app to start charging. Charging should take about 45 minutes and charge up to 95%. There are restaurants like Peacock, the un-restaurant, to eat while your car charges. There is also a beautiful Walwan lake and a dam near the charging station for an invigorating walk near the lake. So these are nice things that you can do. You will have a picnic within a picnic. Here are two reviews at the Fern Hotel. Sanman, who owns a Nexon EV, says it's a very good charger. Sometimes new non-EV vehicles are parked in the space blocking access to the charger. Just speak to the management of the hotel and they'll help you out. Aditya K owns a Hyundai Kona and says 50 kilowatt ABB unit is superb. Haha, we can sense the excitement by Kona and MG guys whenever they see a 50 kilowatt unit. That's right. So you like using these chargers and it's fun to actually see your vehicle getting topped up. Once you finish charging, hit the expressway and you should reach the Tata Power fast charger at Tatwade in 45 minutes. We estimate that you will reach this location at about 70% SOC. We recommend you top up the charger to again 95%, not 100%, and then this will save time. It should take only 20 minutes. Use the Tata Power app and start the charging session. There are two reviews we have. Alpina Vedak, a Tata Nexon EV owner, on 26 Jan 22 says it's working fine, 45% charge in 30 minutes, helpful stuff. Akshay Khorgade, MG Motors ZS EV owner, says on December 22nd, 2021, charge in one go, local security guard is very helpful and a nice person to have a chat with. Once you finish charging, hit NH48 and drive towards Y. It is 103 kilometers of driving where you will encounter some tunnels and one small ghat on the way. Finally, arrive at the base of the giant Mahabaleshwar ghat. Start climbing the ghat. After 8.5 kilometers uphill driving, you will find a Tata charger located at a hotel called Zostel at Panchkiri. You should get there with around 30% SOC remaining. You can continue your drive to Mahabaleshwar, which is only 22 kilometers of constant uphill driving, or you can top up here for 20 minutes. If you want to enjoy your evening in Mahabaleshwar without worrying about charging, most owners we spoke to drive straight to Mahabaleshwar. But for this guide, let's talk about Zostel Tata Power charger at Panchkiri. The charger is situated at a small hotel called Zostel. Use the Tata Power app and start the charging session. Here are two reviews of this charger. Hardik Gogri, Tata Nexon EV owner, December 27, 2021 says, started post minor adjustments, the attendant there was helpful. Initiate charging on app and then plug the gun. Black Hawk, a Tata Nexon EV owner, had a bad experience on December 29, 2021. Vehicles parked at charging locations, so couldn't charge. And no one available at the reception. People have no awareness to not park in EV parking, and Zostel Hotel didn't make them aware. Essentially, Black Hawk got iced by some ice hole. So the act of icing is to park in a space which is intended for an EV without making use of or having any need for a charger. In other words, a car with an internal combustion engine used the parking space reserved for electric cars. This is terrible, and people need to have more awareness to help EV owners. In this case, the onus was on the hotel people to ensure that the EV parking remained free. Next time this happens, try to educate the hotel management on this so future owners won't have this experience. Once you finish topping up, enjoy the final 22 kilometers of ghat driving and enjoy the beautiful air at Mahabaleshwar and enjoy your stay at this beautiful hill station. Whenever you stay in a hotel overnight, ask them if they have a 15 amp socket. Many of them will oblige and provide you with free charging. This will save you time and money on your return trip. Also balance your batteries very nicely. Destination charging is a hidden convenience only electric vehicle owners can get. We advise you make the most out of it. So you can see the time involved in driving and the amount of time that you need to charge. It's a 45-minute stop and then two short 20-minute ones. So if you use a petrol car, you would spend 5 hours and 33 minutes driving and take 2 breaks of say 20 minutes each. So 6 hours and 22 minutes to reach Mahabaleshwar. If you use a Tata Nexon EV or a Tigor EV, you would spend 6 hours and 16 minutes driving and an hour and 25 minutes for charging, and the car and yourself, which is 7 hours and 41 minutes. So these have a little bit of a picnics built in. If you use an MG or a Kona or any other electric car with larger batteries, your overall time will be much less, as these cars support 50 kilowatt charging. The additional time in a Nexon or Tigor EV is around 1 hour compared to an ICE car, which is not bad at all for all the EV fun you have and all the money savings you make. Costs. Talking about savings, if you use a petrol car, the petrol cost will be around Rs 2,200. If you use an electric car, the charging cost would be around 544. That's a massive savings of 1,656 rupees. Mobile apps. The only mobile apps you will need for this journey are the Tata Power, Charge Grid and Static apps. So guys, there you have it. Mumbai Mahabaleshwar or Pune Mahabaleshwar highway is electrified very well. I remember our 21 electric car rally way back in January 2016 where, wow, now things have become so much easier. I will link our 2016 electric car rally video in the description below. Please check it out to see how things used to be done earlier. Before we leave, a note from our sponsors, Zeon Charging. Zeon Charging is building the infrastructure needed to enable the EV revolution in India. We are installing electric vehicle chargers at convenient locations throughout the nation, which would enable EV owners to travel long distances without worrying about running out of charge. Download the app now. Have you done an EV trip from Mumbai to Mahabaleshwar? Do share your experience in the comments below, and I will see you next week.